Lee not. We got snacks in the back. If y'all want some snacks or whatever, get you a little something and find you a seat. And we'll get going here in just a couple of minutes. Make sure you sign in.
Bring her down.
Oh, are we time? We're getting ready.
Fix them.
Dave, she wants you. Is there a microphone?
Who was that? Who was that?
That's the guy that kept parking his record in the streets over here, parking the streets. And people come and say, why is this record parked on the street? Expecting the school buses to get up now. So I told him, I stopped at his house. Talked to him, of course, I said, I'm sorry, I'll take care of it. I'll just give you a week. Well, we'll come back next week and park on his driveway.
I saw that.
You can't do that. Make sure you sign in so you get your name in there for the, we're live.
Oh, crap.
So that mean I need to do my dance now? We're going to be live today as well. Thank y'all for coming out. We'll let everybody get signed up and signed in and signed on or whatever we're doing. There are snacks back there in the back if y'all want something to snack on. Drinks, some water. That's all he did. He just come. Okay, one more time. If you haven't registered or signed in, please make sure you sign in so you can get on the win one of those fine door prizes that were donated by Memphis Barbecue. Doggone. I need that list. I'm getting old. I went in the bathroom earlier and forgot what I went in there for, but I remembered. Home Depot, Texas Roadhouse, A.J. Linville, what?
If you want them just to go sit down, I'll pass out. They can raise their hands.
Okay. If you just want to sit down or whatever, well, if you want to sit down, she'll bring you the list if you're not on the list. There's Alderman Bostic back there hiding in the back. Yes, that right there. Alderman Bostic. Hey, hello there, Alderman. All right, glad to see you. There's a state senator. Hey, sir, how you doing? There he is. Thank you for what you're doing in Jackson for us, sir. Appreciate it very much. Mr. Michael McClendon back there, y'all, your state senator. That's good. He's here. Yeah, that's good. We got some high power up in the house now. All right. We are live, so if you have a problem with going live or being seen on TV, stay back that way.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Hey, lady, roll ripple. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started while they're doing that up there. I appreciate everybody coming. I'm my wife and Miss Dupree, Heather Dupree, which is Alderman Robbie Dupree's wife, and a few others here in City Hall. And the mayor's gracious enough to let us use this venue. We really appreciate y'all being here tonight. We appreciate the police chief and the captain for showing up today and helping us here with this. This is strictly an informational event. He's going to go over the agenda for today. There will be more. And Senator, how you doing, boss? No, thank you for taking time out of your Saturday. You had a hard week, I know. I know you did. So appreciate what you're doing down there. Okay, so if y'all would do me a favor first, we're going to say a prayer, then we're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance, then we'll get this thing going, okay? Mr. Dupree. If everybody go ahead and stand, we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's all bow. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for what you do for us, Father. God, we just ask you for your protection today. Lord, let us just think about you as we come together and try to keep our community safe, Father. This is what this is about. Lord, bless each and every one here today. Lord, just keep your hands of protection around us and have an open mind and open heart to you. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. You can have a seat. Y'all please make sure your cell phones are turned off, vibrate, whatever. And like I said, if you did not get signed up, we'll make sure that that happens before you we draw the names or whatever. Thank you again for coming. We have Deputy Chief Scott Brown. He is the number 2 man in the Horn Lake Police Department, and we're very, very fortunate to have this man in the leadership and management position of the city of Horn Lake. We're fortunate to have all the police officers, men and women, detectives, and administrative people over there. But it takes people to make it happen. And Chief Brown is one of those that makes it happen every single day, and he's always there, he's always available, and you can certainly call him direct and leave him a message. You can't do that in a lot of cities around here, and guess what? He will call you back, I know. He's a great guy. So without any further praise of the good guy over here, I'm going to get out of the way and let him do it. Thank you all again for showing up.
First, I want to say I appreciate everybody showing up. I've done 5 or 6 of these over the years, and I've never seen a group this big on the first time. Somebody's trying to get a neighborhood watch started. I'll get my water real quick. I've seen them with 5 people, 10 or 12 people. I've never seen this many people at one meeting to begin a neighborhood watch. So that says volumes about y'all and what you're trying to do. And I commend you on a Saturday at 2 o'clock to come out here. We put about an hour on this. I'm going to try to, we're running a little behind, so I'm going to get through it and do that. First of all, like the Alderman said, my name's Scott Brown. Deputy Chief, I'm Scott. So I'll give you my desk number before we leave. You can call me. It may not be that same day, but I will call you back and go from there. Sort of our agenda for the day is going to be this. I'm going to go over some 8 tips that can help the community, can help you starting a neighborhood watch. This is your neighborhood watch. It's not Horn Lake Police's neighborhood watch. We're here to assist you. We're here to help you any way we can. We need eyes and ears. Eyes and ears. We need y'all to be the best witnesses you can be and give you some tips on that. I'm not, Chief Ryle's not, Captain Strouser's not expecting you to go out and make arrests. You don't get paid for that. We get paid for that. But we need help. We do need help. Every city needs help going forward. So we're going to go over the 8 tips for a neighborhood watch and also some do's and don'ts that y'all can do and some things you do not want to do that will help you stay out of trouble doing that. Last 5-10 minutes, we're going to take a few questions. Like the Alderman said, we're here for neighborhood watch. Neighborhood watch is what we're here for today. but I'll be happy to answer a few questions at the end and all that. First off, everybody knows Horn Lake. We live here, been here. I've been here 22 years, been in law enforcement 25. So we've been here, we see things change, people's perceptions of Horn Lake. I'm here to tell you the perception's not what people think it is. There's some really good people here. Do we have some issues? Absolutely. Show me a city that does not have some issues. Everybody does. Everybody does. Sometimes our issues get pushed out a little more for some reason. And just to give you a little idea, I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of stats, but briefly, this is from 2021. I'm going to throw out a number. How many homicides, murders do you think we had in Horn Lake last year? Alderman? 1, 4, 2, 5, okay. 0. We had 1 last year in the city of Horn Lake. 1. Okay, and those are some things we can't control as police. We could be sitting on the corner, drive 1 block, and it happened. We had 1, so that speaks volumes. Motor vehicle thefts. Motor vehicle thefts. What do you think? 20? You are shooting a little bit low on this one. We had 51. 51. That's down from 72 the year before. And I'm going to give you a little secret on the motor vehicle thefts. Over half of those were stolen when somebody cranked the car up, went back in the house, and left the car running. Or was at the gas, I see it all the time. At the gas station, they pull up, I'll be right back, run. Car pulls up, young man or woman jumps out of their car, they're a passenger, they jump in your car and they're gone. So literally take half of those away if people would lock their cars, half them away. Robbery, business or an individual. How many robberies do you think we had here in Horn Lake last year? 3. Anybody else? 100. 5. 5 in the city of Horn Lake. And so that's why I want to tell you, it's why y'all are important. Sometimes the perception of Horn Lake, it's not reality. It's not, numbers don't equate. It's not reality, okay? So I just wanted to throw a few of those out there for you. And a lot of that is citizens getting involved. Citizens calling us saying, hey, I think this is what's going on. I think this is what's going on. We get a chance to come out there and do that. So we're going to go quickly over some 8 tips that can really help you in this. I'm going to pick on some people in here. You know your neighbors? Names? Some. Okay. Anybody else here truly know your neighbors? Pretty good amount of hands here. I get it. I've had neighbors. I've moved several times. There are some neighbors I didn't particularly like, but I knew them. I knew them. Neighbors to the right of me, I could say, hey, that's Bob and Francis. This is Steve and his daughter, whatever. If you can do that, it's huge. It's huge. You don't remember what I said? You don't have to like them. I hope you do. I mean, it's always great to have good neighbors. But if you can know your neighbors, you don't have to invite them over for dinner. You don't have to watch a ball game with them. But if you can at least recognize your neighbors and who they are, it goes a long way. And I'll get into why that can make a difference here in just a second. If you can know neighbors across from you and all that, that's wonderful. But I challenge each and every one of you to know the neighbor to the right, know the neighbor to the left of you. Who they are, who lives there. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I can tell you how many people live in the house next door to me, both ways of me. I can tell you who they are. Part of that's from my training, but I can say, hey, I know there's 3 people in this house here, 2 adults, and they got a 7-year-old daughter. I've got 2 grown adults here. This is their names. I know what vehicles they drive. Know what vehicles they drive. And I'll give you an example of why it matters so much in a second. So number 1, know your neighbors. Truly know your neighbors. And an example of this is years ago when I was in investigations, I got assigned a case of a burglary. So this is 18, 20 years ago. I go out old school, knocking on neighbors' doors. Hey, did you see anything? Neighbor goes, well, yeah, I saw a truck back up. I'm like, okay, what did it look like? She goes, sort of like a moving van. I'm like, moving van, yeah. But it didn't say anything on the side. Okay, do you know your neighbors? No, but I don't think they're around there that weekend. Okay. What'd they do with the van? She goes, well, I saw them bringing furniture and stuff out. I'm like, huh, okay. In police business, that's a clue. You saw them bringing furniture out. Mm-hmm. And she goes, well, then they got in the thing and left. I'm like, okay, did you think anything about it? She goes, no, I didn't want to bother my neighbors. I didn't want to be a nosy neighbor. Okay, well, I get that. But if that person would have taken the time to know that neighbor, said, wait, they're out of town, there's a moving truck, box van backing up, people are taking furniture out, and they called Horn Lake Police going, hey, not sure what's going on over here, but I don't think my neighbors are in town. There's a van backed up and they're bringing furniture out. We get there, probably could have stopped it. Probably could have stopped it. True story. I didn't want to be a nosy neighbor. I wanted to mind my own business. I'm quite sure that person who was the victim of the burglary, and I spoke to them when they got back, would have much appreciated a phone call going. Would appreciate it. They lost thousands worth of property. It was gone that quick. Know your neighbors. Care about people. You still don't have to like them to care about them. Care about people. It makes a huge difference. Number two, and this is huge here in Horn Lake. You can ride around. We have some issues with blight, properties, people not keeping up yards. Number two, and this isn't me coming up with this. This is national. Hey, this is what works. Keep your yard and encourage your neighbors to do so. Keep the property up. It's huge. It is huge. Pride. If your neighborhood looks like you care about it, a lot of criminals don't want to come to that neighborhood. People care. They see the yards are cut, bushes are trimmed, people are outside talking to each other. If I'm a criminal, I'm driving. I'm going to keep going. If I ride through a neighborhood and I'm driving through and I'm like, man, stuff's torn up, there's stuff everywhere, windows broken. These people don't care. You think they're going to care? They're not going to care. Not going to care. So it's huge. You can keep your property up in less than an hour a week. Hour a week. Cut your grass. Trim your bushes. I get money's tight. Money's tight everywhere. Your fence starts falling, leaning, fix it. For one, you're giving somebody, if your fence is broke, somebody can climb right over that. A lot easier. If it's leaning, a lot easier. Okay, but that's the pride factor in riding through a neighborhood. Riding through, and it's part of what's called the broken windows theory in police work. You ride down a street, there's one broken window, the next day or two, that window gets fixed, right? We had that one broken window, it got fixed. One broken window leads to 2, to 4, to 8, to 10 in a neighborhood. Guess what? It's not good. Neighborhood's going down, going down. So little things like that are a huge factor in neighborhood watch. It truly, truly is. Number 3, be cautious when you go out of town. Extremely cautious. If you know your neighbors well enough and you're comfortable with it, hey, let them know, I'm going out of town. I'll be out for 2 days. But very cautious when you go out of town. Everybody is on social media now, pretty much. I'm old school. I'm not on Instagram. I'm just not. My son, who's 21, he's, hey, Dad, this, that. I'm like, I don't even know what it is. But I know it's a very effective tool. It's not super effective if you're on social media and you're putting, great, so excited I get off work Friday, me and the fam are going out of town for the next 2 weeks, won't be here in Horn Lake, Mississippi. People do it. People do that. And you think you know who's following you, you think you know this, you think you know that person. Be careful. Be careful. It's easy. It's easy, and believe it or not, well, they don't know where I live. They can figure it out in about 2 minutes. Doesn't take long to figure out where somebody lives. So really with that, and I encourage you, if you're going to go out of town, call the Horn Lake Police Department. We'll do house checks for you. Call up here. It's very simple. You can even do it online. The city's webpage, go to the police department. I encourage people to call. Again, I'm old school. Call, I like to put somebody's voice with it. But somebody will take your information. Hey, I'm leaving town on February the 4th, returning on the 8th. There'll be a blue Ford Taurus in my driveway. Nobody should be on scene. Here's my contact information. Simple as that. When you're gone, police are going to stop by. We have multiple shifts here. Somebody's going to stop by your house, look, see it, walk around your windows, check your doors. Okay, so that's a huge one there, but reach out to us. And that's, again, it's a two-way street. Everybody here wants their property protected and things to be safe. We want that for you. I'd rather know, hey, I've called them and I know they're going to stop by and check my property. Okay, so we're more than willing to do that. It's huge. At night, close your windows and blinds. Close them. You're riding by at night, somebody sees a big flat screen TV in your living room, and your windows are wide open, blinds are wide open. We like to think majority of people are good, but somebody's riding by, walking by, going, wow, they just got a new, 85-inch TV. Looks good, I need one of those. You just gave them an opportunity to look in your house. So at night, do that. Close your blinds, close your windows, and do that. This one here is a tough one. Improve the lighting on your street. We ride around, we see lights out and all that. The city does the best they can do. Energy and all that. I think Energy now has an app. Is that correct? They have an app out that if you download that app and you are like walking by the street light that's out or drive by and stop there, you can hit a button and it notifies them that the light's out. So I'm not going to say they're going to be there tomorrow, but that's a way. But improve your lighting on your street. That just doesn't mean the street lamps. Your patio. Put your light on. If you have the garage door, carriage lights, turn those on. It's so easy for somebody to hide at night with no lights on. It's easy. Riding, Captain Strouser can tell you, as a patrolman, you're riding at 2 or 3 in the morning, and you're just looking at a solid, dark house. There's bushes. There can literally be somebody standing there right in the corner of a shadow, and we ride by, and we're looking, but you can't see them. If you got a light on, patio light, any lights, floodlights, try not to blast them at your neighbors. But if you have those on, it makes it more difficult for a criminal to stand there. It truly does. They don't want to be in the light. So that's huge, the lighting. I'm not here to tell you to exercise or, hey, you need to go out and do this, but outdoor activity, that can mean a lot of things. If you're in a community, in a neighborhood, and there's vibrancy, people are out, things going on. You have kids, take them out in the yard. Walk them in the spring, summer, have them outside. The more people are outside, it's an active community. It looks like things are going on, and they are. If you're shuttered up in your house all the time, people riding down the street walking, they don't see any activity. Be outside also because you can observe things. Not telling you to be a detective, but if you're standing in your front yard with your family and you see the same car, and again, you got to know and we'll get into this, knowing your community. If you know your community, your neighborhood better than I do, than Captain Strouser does, y'all live there. You're there all the time. But if you're standing out with your family or you're out there just, hey, I'm going to get a little 5-minute walk, and you see a car riding through the neighborhood, and you're like, I've never seen this car before. I've never seen this. This car keeps circling. Keeps looking at houses. Maybe they're lost. Maybe. And I can't tell you what your suspicious activity, Miss Kelly here, hers is going to be different than what I consider suspicious. 2 totally different people. I've done this job for a long time. She hasn't, so she's going to see things differently. But if you're out in your front yard in the summer and you see something that you believe suspicious, a car driving through the neighborhood, stopping, looking at houses, keeps going, could that be suspicious? Could be. It could also be, hey, they're just looking for an address. But that gives you a reason, hey, you believe it's suspicious for us to come out. At least check on it. Now, we get there, we get out with the person, they're like, oh, hey, I'm lost. I was looking for this House for sale, I can't find it, no harm, no foul, have a good day. Quick conversation, 10 seconds, everything checks, we're gone. But, oh, I'm in this neighborhood for this. Their story starts going, things aren't adding up. Gives us a little more time to figure out what's going on. So outdoor activity can be a huge one. Know your local police department. What does that mean? What does it mean? You know us, we wear blue uniforms, the county wears brown uniforms, the troopers wear the pretty uniforms, and the nice hats, I mean, all that. You know who the police are, but do you really know who the police are? And that's getting involved in what you're doing here right now. Getting to know us. Getting to know us. If you have an event, and again, this is your neighborhood watch. If y'all have an event in the spring, summer, and you're having one, hey man, I'd like to have the police come out. We'll come. Officers will stop by. Sometimes they're busy on calls, but we do that. There's what better way to put a name with a face? Name with a face of, hey, that's Officer whoever. That's Officer so-and-so. You have a personal relationship with them. You have more in the game. You have more in the game. You have more people with the police. You have a personal stake in it. We do too. But it really becomes personal when you know that person. It does. So know your local police department. Most of us are super nice. We're going to talk to you. Some aren't. I'll sit here and talk to you for 4 hours. You have another officer may talk to you for 5 minutes. But we're going to talk. We want to know who you are. We want to hear your concerns. So that's a big one, knowing us. And it's a two-way street. Two-way street. Law enforcement, we have to be willing to come out, talk to people. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Vice versa. Two-way street on that. And I encourage that. I'm a huge proponent of community policing, getting to know people. You really don't know what's going on until you know somebody, what their story is. And it can help both ways. Personally for y'all, personally for us, things like that. So it's a big one. Number 8, and I'm not telling everybody to run out and get a security camera. They're costly and all that. I get it, but a lot of people, the Ring doorbells, the neighborhood apps that have, that's wonderful. If you can get one, that's great. You can get one. It's been proven time and time again that when burglars, crooks are in a neighborhood, if they see security cameras, majority, they don't want that attention. They don't want that attention. You do have some that it's not going to matter what you do. But that can help. And one reason it can help, you have that. Most of them you can monitor from your phone, your computer at work, do all that. But if something were to happen, even if it's not to you, again, we get into caring about people. And that's my opinion what this business is about, caring about people. And your neighbor who maybe you've never met them, they're 5 houses down, something happens. Police come knocking on your door. Hey, did you know I didn't see anything, but I do have a Ring doorbell, and can you go look at it for us? Yeah, it's right here. You'll be amazed how many times cases get solved that way. It's crazy. And they just happen to catch the car going down the road. Well, if y'all haven't noticed, you walk Horn Lake, South Haven, Island Branch, there's cameras everywhere. It's amazing. It truly is. And again, I'm not a high-tech guy, but to look at that, and you're like, wow, that car was here, it was here, it was here, it was here. Simply off of a camera that maybe one of you have. Maybe one of you have. So again, cameras are wonderful. I'm still old school. If you know your neighbors, you're just like your human camera. Know your neighbors, watch. That's what I'm saying. It's important, but don't feel like, oh, I've got to go buy this $500 system. Deputy Chief Brown said I got to get it. I'm not telling you that. We can all watch. We're doing the same thing. Some things, do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts are huge. Very big. Do attend a meeting, your neighborhood watch meetings. And I'll challenge y'all, again, you'll hear me say this over and over, this is y'all's program. This turnout is the best turnout I've seen in 22 years here in Horn Lake for the first meeting. I challenge you, whenever y'all set up your meeting next time, it's not me setting it up. I'm not going to be at every meeting. It could just be a meeting amongst yourselves. I challenge you to have one more person here than is in the room today. Bring somebody. I'm guessing 30, 35 here today, at least have 36, have 46 come with you. And that's, again, the time thing, I get it. People's work days, that's why we try to keep this at 1 hour. You can accomplish what you need to in 1 hour every few months, but you've got to be engaged. And I've seen it also here over the years. Neighborhood Watch starts, goes good for about a year. Meeting comes up and there's 2 people. The other 20, whatever. It's work. It's work. Is it worth it? I think it is. I really think it is. I really do. So attend the meetings is a definite do. Encourage your neighbors to participate in the meetings. Hey, we got a meeting. You want to come? You may be told no 10 times. Could be the 11th time that they show up. Or it could be after something happens, and then they're like, oh, I really should have attended a meeting. Probably. Okay? Learn what's normal in your neighborhood. Y'all live there. You are there every day. Police, we ride through a couple times a day, going to a call. You know, hey, you're on this street. Next thing you know, officer gets a call to go a mile down the road, back all day long. Y'all are there every single day. What's normal? What's normal? I mean, if every day your neighbor has a 13-year-old kid that it's a 13-year-old kid, and you see a 13-year-old kid jump the fence every day, you know that's little Johnny. He doesn't like to walk around the front of the house. He jumps the fence. That's normal for you then at that point. Now, you know there's no little Johnny living next door, and you see somebody jumping a fence. You're like, my neighbor's at work, doesn't have a kid. Is that normal? It's not normal. Learn what's normal in your neighborhood. I can't always tell you what's normal, what's not normal. Every neighborhood, every block can be a little bit different to what's normal. But very, very important on that. If you can, and you see something suspicious involving a vehicle, if you can safely, description of the vehicle, the people in the vehicle, and a tag if possible. Do not put yourself out there in the street. Don't chase a vehicle down the road. Don't try to hold on to the door handle. I'm going to hold on for you to, no, you're not going to hold on. Okay? Then you become a victim of something worse. So don't take it into your hand. Be the best witness that you can be. Be the best neighbor you can be. But get as much information as you can. We totally get it. We show up. Hey, what'd you see? Blue Ford Taurus. What was the tag? It was Delta, Alpha, Papa. I can't remember the rest. That's good. It's a starting point. It's better than it was a blue car. Okay? No, it's blue. That's not a huge help. So little things like that are massive that really help with that. Report suspicious activity to us. To us. When y'all, this neighborhood watch, like I said, awesome today. Hopefully it continues and gets better. We need more of these in Horn Lake. But as it goes forward, you're going to have, they're going to set up probably a block captain, contact people. That's y'all's game, not the police department. But if you see something happening, who do you call first? Police. Police. No offense to Miss Young here at all, or Miss Dupree or anybody here. If you're the neighbor, block captain or whatever, and somebody calls and goes, hey, Miss Young, yeah, I'm over here at my house right now and whatever. Yeah, I see this kid. He just broke a window and he's climbing through it. Oh, well, now he's leaving. Okay, sounds good. I appreciate it. We'll jot it down. Have you called the police yet? Well, no, I was going to call them after the fact. Call us first. Call the police. Then call Miss Young. Then call Miss Dupree or whoever it is. Let them know. All crimes. Nothing's too small. Nothing's too small. And we get that a lot. Captain Stodger, do we get that a lot? I didn't want to bother y'all. Y'all are busy. We're busy. We get paid. We're busy. Some days busier than others. But we can't look at a certain area if we don't know what's going on. We may ride through that area, but if we don't know that 2 houses on that street the night before had a lawnmower stolen underneath the carport, we don't know. We're like, oh man, everything's smooth over here. Great, no problems. And you'll be amazed, people don't call. They don't want to bother us. But that gives us a tool. We keep stats. We can tell where they're happening. We can look, hey, we need to have some extra police presence in this area. We need them over here. So we can shift our resources, put them in different areas. So that's huge. Don't ever think you're bothering us. Don't ever think, I don't want to call. I don't even know if what I saw was a crime. Anybody here go to police academy, law school, anything? We may have a lawyer or two in here. You don't know exactly what a crime is per se. Everybody knows that you're standing on the street and somebody walks up to you and sticks a gun at you and pulls your wallet out. That's a crime. But what's suspicious? What's this? Everybody's different. Nobody expects you to have all the answers. Okay? Nobody expects you to be able to, this is the, I just witnessed a false pretense. I believe it's going to be a felony amount of money. That's why it's a false pretense. Does anybody know what that is? No. You don't. So, well, I'm not going to call the police because I don't know exactly what the proper wording is for this one. Call us. Be more than happy to come out. Call us. We want you to call us. Do that. So those are just some basic, again, your 8 tips, some do's, a couple of don'ts. Don't approach suspicious people. Don't do it. Do not do it. Be the best witness you can be. Be the best witness. I encourage you. I mean, you see something, you go up to somebody, you take it into your own hands, things can go south really quickly. And I truly would feel bad that somebody from here, or even any of our citizens, goes to do something happens to them, well, and something terrible happens, they're dead. But they didn't do anything. They added to the problem. So be the best witness you can be. Again, don't hesitate to call us. Please call us. If you think something's wrong, you need police, call us. Okay? What you think is a 911 emergency, everybody should have a general idea of what a 911 emergency is. If you happen to call and you're, hey, Horn Lake Police, 911, how can I help you? And, hey, this cat is over here. The dispatcher's politely going to tell you, hey, this is a non-emergency. You need to call back on our regular line. But everybody has different emergencies. I can't tell you, Ms. Kelly, hey, this should be a 911 call for you, or it shouldn't. There's obviously some no-brainers that, hey, this is 911. This is 911. I need to call. If you're in doubt and you're, do I call 911? I'm not, call 911. We're not going to scream and yell at you. Officer may come out and go, hey, next time, it's not 911. This is what you can do. No problem. But call. Do that. Again, don't take the law into your own hands. Call us. Call us. An example I've just used over the years is, I'm not telling you not to protect your property, your persons, your house. I'm not telling you not to do that. But just think, as you're outside and you see, I'm going to pick on somebody here. I need to pick on somebody. Alderman Bostic, can I borrow you? Okay. Somebody walks up, you're out in your patio, you look in your car, and you see them fidgeting with your door handle. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. What do you think's going on? Committing a crime. Okay? Man, they might be stealing your car, right? Might be. This is where I can't. You have a right to protect your people, your property, and all that. Alderman Bostic's thinking, hey, I'm witnessing this. This guy's fidgeting my door. Kid, whatever it may be, he's about to steal my car. Call us. What were to happen if you take it into your own hands and you're protecting your property, your family, and bang, you shoot that person. They're stealing your car, right? Well, that's pretty major. Come to find out, that person was a person of special needs that got out of the house at 2 in the morning got confused and is pulling on a door handle, call us. And that's why I say being the best witness can make a huge difference. You're not paid to do that. You know, again, I'm not telling you not to protect your property, anything. That's not what I'm saying. But look at what you're dealing with. And I always say this, could you live with yourself? If that were the choice you made, and you come and find out, oh my gosh, I was sure that person was breaking into my car. Oh, okay. So always think about that. But again, we'll do anything we can to try to help y'all. Again, great turnout, amazing turnout for the first one. Again, I encourage you down the road, get one more person, get another person, and keep this going. If y'all need anything from us, don't hesitate to call the police department. I will take a couple questions concerning Neighborhood Watch. Any question, because this can go all over the place. Alderman Bostic. Right. Yeah. And that's a good question. How do you remain anonymous if you call the police department? Is that the gist of what you're asking? Dispatch is trained to ask you for somebody's call probably, right? And I don't want to give my name. I need your name. I need your name. I need your name. They're trained that for a reason. But you don't have to give your name. You can call and say, hey, I'm calling to report this. Can I get your name? No, I'd rather not give it. They're going to ask you again. I'm telling you, can I get your name? Look, I'm calling to report this. I'd rather not give my name. I don't, this is what I'm giving you. Okay? And I can tell you, it can get frustrating. Does that happen to you? Right. Yep. Yeah. Your neighbors to know that you're calling. Exactly. But you like them, don't you? Okay. There. Yeah. And right, they're going to ask you that. That's standard what they do. Hey, your name, just tell them I don't want to give you my name. And you can also, they're going to ask you for your address. You can say, look, I live down the road. I don't feel comfortable giving my address. I'm just trying to provide this information to you. Our officers are trained when they get a call and, hey, so-and-so, they're going to dispatch, will say, hey, the complainant wants to speak with you when you're done, or the complainant does not want to speak with you. So we get that a lot where the person that called says, I don't want to talk to the officer, I'm just reporting this. Okay, wonderful, and all that. But I will tell you, it can get you can get a headache sometimes, in a good way, because they're trying to do their job professionally, get the information we need for safety-wise. Hey, what house are we going to? Who's calling us on this and why? But you don't have to give your information. Okay, you don't have to. Again, I can't fault anybody. It's easy for me to sit here, in certain areas, and whichever cities you're in, there's some tough areas. I cannot fault anybody that lives next door to somebody saying, look, I can't give you my information. I can just call you and tell you this is what's going on. Well, you should give us the information. I'm not living there. Are you living there? Easy to say. Well, they should just give us the information. Okay. So any bit we can get is a huge help. Any bit we can get. Anybody else have? Yes, ma'am.
Do you have information on other, like, that happened, what happened, in the water?
Yeah, we'll sit down. That's something here that I'm going to the open. We can discuss, hey, sort of how you might want to set it up. Again, it's your program.
It's our program.
Yeah, your program, y'all's program, how you want to do it. So, I'd encourage you to, hey, the neighborhood y'all are trying to do and get it situated. Again, I'm a keep it simple, stupid type of guy. I try not to complicate things. It doesn't have to be complicated to work. It does not. Yes, sir.
They decide to have someone, they have the lighting.
No. I mean, and from my experience with Neighborhood Watch, in Horn Lake, anywhere in this area, there's not a reason to be out in your private vehicle patrolling. I'm not saying you're riding to the store and you can see something, call us. But you're opening yourself up to some things that you don't want to go down. I mean, again, y'all's program. But I've never seen, and that I'm aware of in DeSoto County, anybody doing that with a light saying, hey, we're neighborhood watch. Now, you can do that. You could put a sign on your door, if that's what y'all want to do. Hey, neighborhood watch patrol. I'm a big fan of the signs, having them out. Hey, neighborhood watch, we're here, we're watching. Whatever that may be, you ride through a neighborhood and you see those type of signs, showing you people are caring. It really is. Yeah. That's all neighborhood watch.
That's the neighborhood watch, it's not the city.
Right.
Or the police department. We have to either do fundraisers, get donations, or whatnot. It's all, whoever has support, we can come together as care, but it's all up to the citizens to find the funding.
Right, right. Whatever they decide, but it's not the police department purchase them, it's not the city purchasing from
We
them.
just asked the legislature for $165 million. We ought to be a couple signs.
You're gonna make that happen, right? So, let me get one more, I think, did you have? Go ahead.
Do we have our own 911 or county?
It's local. We have our own dispatch behind these glass windows back there. We have 3 dispatchers back there. The line comes directly here. One thing with the cell phones, sometimes they can still ping to South Haven. I mean, we get calls from Memphis. Sometimes our dispatch gets a call and it's Memphis. They're trying to call Memphis PD on 911. So but yes, everything comes local and all that. So you're, not speaking to somebody 40 miles away. They're right here. Those girls and guys are in that office answering.
Chief, Mr. De La Rosa had a...
Yes, sir.
I know you said you want everybody here for meetings, but you said something about we're live, so where can I be at home and watch it? Live?
They've set that up, yeah.
It will be on the website. John Mark will have it on the website Monday. It'll be on, we're live right now. If they're on
you can go to
Facebook, they can
YouTube.
watch it.
Okay, so
YouTube and
if
pull
I
up
can
Hornlake.
get the next one, that's how I'll watch it. Maybe
Yeah.
I might see it in there.
Sure.
Okay, but I still wanted to be a part and know.
Yeah, there'll be ample information put out when, where, and what. So we're gonna talk about that when he gets done with his section, little section we're gonna talk about.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm in Ward 3, and we've gotten to have, so many rental homes, so many out-of-county tags,
Right.
and, the homeowners, I mean, they're moving out and stuff, because they're afraid to live here. I mean, I've just had 2 neighbors that have been here a lot longer than I have. I've been here since '05, and they were afraid to live here.
Right. Afraid because rental properties or,
And, the people, that's where the problem seems to be coming from. People in the rental homes are not, and they come and go very fast and.
Right. right. And that's something, I understand your concern, and I can tell you it's being addressed by the aldermen right now. They're looking at some different avenues as far as, and I won't get into that here today, but it's being looked into. Absolutely. Yes, sir. That they're on it and they're looking at it, and there'll be something coming up shortly, I believe.
It's being addressed very, very aggressively.
Yeah.
And it's coming soon.
It's coming soon, I promise you. I'm not gonna go very deep in it, but the rental problem is gonna be addressed.
So, last one. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. It's the same operators, right? It's the same, in the new system, if you call 662-393-6174, it's a prompt now. But it tells you that, and it tells you first thing, if this is an emergency, hang up and dial 911. But everything goes into that one central system right there. They're answering fire, police, EMS, everything here, and they get bombarded. I mean, when things happen, something major, they're not just getting one phone call. They're getting 30 and 40 calls, and they're dispatching out fire, EMS, police, and still getting multiple calls. So they do a great job for what they have and how hard they work with what they do have on that. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to the alderman. I do appreciate y'all, and thank you for the time and coming. Wonderful.
Thank you. That's pretty great, isn't it? Pretty good. Great information they put out. These guys and girls in the police department, they do an amazing job. And just like there are some current concerns that the deputy chief brought up, we do have problems. But you watch the news just like I do. Everybody's got them. It's not just us. We're very fortunate that we have the low turnout, the low numbers that we do. We're very fortunate. They do a great job. The city does a great job. We're going to have the drawing here in just a minute for the door prizes. And I messed that up so bad a minute ago. But Texas Roadhouse, we've got a dinner for two. We've got Melissa's Crankston from Memphis Barbecue's got an awesome, awesome deal back there. Spices and rubs. We've got Home Depot donated a drill, about 160, 170. That's pretty nice, impact type thing. Danny Klein, our alderman at large, his wife made a wreath. Miss Linville, our HR director, she donated a flower vase back there. It's beautiful. And there's a dog thing back there that was donated. Alderman Dupree and his wife Heather donated that. There's several things back there. We just want to thank all the Kroger donated all the food and drinks today. The one up here at Horn Lake Road. This is a community event. And I'm going to ask you to do something. My wife and Ms. Dupree have a list that you signed up on. If you did not sign up on it, you need to get with Ms. Dupree. She's back there in the back real quick and get your name on that list. If you want to stay involved in this, if you want to get involved in this and you want to stay involved in this and you want to make sure that the next meeting we have in a month from now or 6 weeks from now, we do not have two people. Let Ms. Dupree know. If you'll just put a star by their name so we know who to contact or whatever, just make sure that she knows your correct contact information. Folks, it's up to us. They can only do so much. They can only do so much. Does anybody in this room know of anywhere the next homicide is going to happen in Horn Lake? Would you raise your hand? If you do, we'll send them on out there. Okay, so you see it's not them. It's not them. They're doing their deal. It's not us. It's the knuckleheads. And I just appreciate everything that those guys and girls do. They're awesome. They're awesome. I also want to let you know that the senator over here is here. If you've got questions about what's going on in the legislature or whatever, I'm sure he'll take a minute or two. Don't tie him down to the floor. The man's busy, but he's here. If you want to know what's going on in the legislature, Super Talk Radio, they're on that radio every day. They're talk radio. They cover the whole state. So get with that. There's Alderman Dupree's back there. There's Alderman Bostic, and I'm Alderman Young. Y'all can ask us anything. So with that, we'll go ahead and move on. Thank y'all for coming.